Welcome to Fusionverse, a show where we talk about anime, TV shows, movies, and games. Today's an interesting video because I've been kind of contemplating, should I get Grand Theft Auto 5? Should I get Skyrim? I know what you're thinking, well, those are kind of old games. Why would you think about getting them? Well, I know they've been discounted a few times here and there, but it got me to thinking, like, what game is better? And what a better way to do it than to kind of pit them against one another. Now, a lot of people love playing Grand Theft Auto Online, and it does well, especially on YouTube. And I wanted to know, okay, what makes Grand Theft Auto stand out from Skyrim and makes Skyrim stand out from Grand Theft Auto? Now, interesting about this is the fact that Skyrim was recently remastered, I believe, last year, and came with mods. Obviously, the mods were pretty bad, I heard, and they've also included paid mods as well, which a lot of the community is not taking very well. However, on the other hand, you have Grand Theft Auto, and obviously the story is amazing, whereas the Skyrim story isn't all that great, isn't what it's cracked out to be. It's kind of just there. You kind of just go through the motions and go around killing people, killing creatures, all that stuff. And it has its own fun activities as well. But Grand Theft Auto has that rich story, and not just that, also offers online multiplayer. And for me, sometimes I can take it or leave it. Usually I want to play with people, sometimes I just want to play alone. But it's kind of interesting to be in a world where there's other players online, people to kind of go up against. I found it very interesting at times where I'd be playing online, kind of just minding my own business. Someone kills me, so I'm like, you know what, screw this guy. I go after him, kill him repeatedly over and over until he gets frustrated and sends, like, I guess a hit squad after me, sends some mercenaries, and then I kill them too. And that's a lot of fun. There's a lot of, they offer as well a lot of free DLC. And that kind of looks better in my eyes, and from a lot of eyes, considering a lot of people still play that game and love the DLC that keeps getting released, because it's free. Sure, if you want, you can pay for shark cards in order to purchase all these different items that they have within the game, or you could just play the game and earn money that way. So it's kind of left to you to decide exactly what you want from it. But in Skyrim, it's supposed to be a remastered version of the game, yet there's mods to make it look better. I feel as though they kind of dropped the ball with that, considering if this is remastered, then this should be top quality. There shouldn't be a need of maybe certain modifications in the sense of like, we're going to add more rain or more snow, certain aspects to it. But visually, it should already look impressive. There shouldn't be things that players need to add to make it look better. It's like, what? So what? These other people are doing your job for you? You gotta be kidding me. That's ridiculous. Now, Grand Theft Auto's graphics, on the other hand, from what I've seen, they look pretty good. Sure, they have like texture pop-ins and all this other stuff, but they are consistent a lot with how it looks and how it's supposed to be. And they do a great job of it. I remember playing it on my PlayStation 3. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to purchase it again. I gave them my money, and they're not releasing any more DLC. But hey, you never know. That's why I'm here now, trying to decide, put these games up against one another. And so far, Grand Theft Auto seems to kind of be taking that lead. So, mainly because of the paid mods. Like I said, a lot of people hate the fact that there's these paid mods going on, especially because there's a lot of things that are, I guess, considered like DLC type things that should be free, or that modders can just make. So it's like, well, why are you gonna pay for something that's already free? And that's where it kind of like hits the fan, where you kind of have to take a step back and think, okay, what exactly does this game have to offer? They both of these games have open worlds. Okay, massively open worlds. Now, I'll say this, Skyrim has a lot of crazy things you can do with it, as well as like enemies to kill, people to take out. Whereas in Grand Theft Auto, if you're looking just at the offline capabilities, after you pass the campaign, there really isn't much for you to do. I mean, you could do probably some side missions if you still have Trevor. So with Trevor, you could do some things, but not to a huge extent. And there's only so much that you can do, and that's why the online feature kind of kicks it up a notch. It gives it that extra push that it needs. It gives it that longevity that just makes it such a huge powerhouse. And don't get me wrong, I like online, but I do like playing single player. That's usually kind of like my niche, and that's kind of where I like to be. Where I'm like, okay, I can play single player. I don't have to pay to play online. I can just play by myself in this world, and the fact that you can create your own character as well in Skyrim, and make them look however you want them to look, or however you want her to look. It makes things very interesting, which I kind of really like. I like the fact that you're able to, go on all these different types of adventures, kill as many people as you want, or not. You can save people. You can go on different side quests. There's just so many activities that you can do.
So many aerobics in here. So many activities. Do step class. It's making my head spin. How many activities we can do?
Skyrim, yes, I've played it for hundreds of hours. But I've played it for plenty of hours. Got a lot out of the game, and I could definitely get a lot more out of it with the mods. However, Grand Theft Auto just has that addicting gameplay and all these different modes and DLC to kind of keep you entertained, especially if you can find someone else to play with and kind of make a team or make this gang where you could go on missions. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. But it's a tough decision because you need to have those people in order to do those missions. Now, for myself, I had to know. I had to look up this information. I had to find out exactly what game is it that people most want, or what's trending right now. Which of these two games is the game to get or the game to play? I know they've been out for a long time. I've also seen the prices, by the way, and they usually range about the same. Grand Theft Auto right now, I believe, is used. It's like about $40, and Skyrim right now is Skyrim right now is $40, whereas in Grand Theft Auto New is $60, and you kind of have that whole aspects of, okay, so it's $20 cheaper, but exactly, are you going to be getting your money's worth? So for me, I really thought about, okay, if I want to play this game, am I going to have fun with it? And both of these games are games that I've had fun with multiple times. These are games that I've thought about, okay, if I purchase either of these games, am I going to be streaming it? Who's going to want to watch this? What's going to happen? All these crazy things going on in my mind. So I did what I had to do, and I Googled it. I know, I Googled it. If you don't know that, watch an episode of Stop It. Trust me, you'll know what I'm talking about once you see it. But yeah, I looked up the information and said, okay, what's trending right now? Which of these two games is the one that people are looking for? If I want to stream this, are people going to watch this? And these are the things that, that I contemplate in my mind. I just think about constantly thinking, okay, should I get this? Should I get that one? Should I wait? What should I do? So I went to Google Trends, and I looked up the information. I put Grand Theft Auto, and then I put Skyrim, and I was like shocked. The first time I did it, I swore that Skyrim had beat Grand Theft Auto. That Skyrim was at the top. I'm like, oh, because it got re-released. That's why. But then I looked it up again today, and I'm like, you know what? I've been thinking about this. Let me take another look. Did I see it right? What did I do? So I put it in again, and this time Grand Theft Auto is at the top. People love Grand Theft Auto, and I can see why. They have just so much free content for you to just consume, and they're doing right by their customers. Whereas in Skyrim, I could tell you horror stories of Skyrim on my PlayStation 3, and that's kind of something that I do not want to revisit. Okay, there was times where I would go in the water and it would get glitched out. I don't know if it was game breaking. I don't know if the new the remastered Skyrim got rid of that, or if there's game breaking bugs in it. But it kind of prevents me from wanting to go in that direction, especially now that Bethesda is putting this whole paid mod stuff. And because I saw some mods, and it was like, I guess some armor that they had developed for like $8. I was like, what the hell? Like, really, this armor set you're gonna be charging this much money for? I'm like, holy crap, you guys are just like milking it. Especially considering that they made Skyrim into VR now, and I've seen the gameplay. Hell no! Like, really? You expect us to play this game? It's like a kind of point and click, and then you attack. It's like, that feels like very disorienting. I would definitely not want to play that. Maybe there's some people that would, but I've seen better VR gameplay from people who've made their own VR headsets and like just their gear. This is definitely a pass for me. So, in my opinion, I believe Grand Theft Auto is the victor. If it didn't have those online features, I think that it would just fail, and it wouldn't be the success that it is today. And that's why it keeps going strong in the fact that the community just keeps going forward and doing their best. Like, just playing this game is incredible to me, and I definitely look forward to playing it and getting it soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. Subscribe for more videos. Click here. Playlist over here. Some videos over here. Just do your thing. Check and wang. Alright guys. Bye.